Here we have two functions, f and g. And we can think of them as function notations. I can think of them as machines. So I have my f machine, and then my g machine with a little conveyor belt right in between. And when you have g of f of 2, this 2 is first going into f. So if I imagine throwing a 2 into f, what would come out? Well, according to my chart, if you throw in a 2, you get a 0. So 0 would come out, that 0 would go on the conveyor belt, and now the 0 goes into g. And if the 0 went into g, out would come a 1. So using the machines, we would say that g of f of 2 is equal to 1. If we were showing our work, because you're not going to want to draw little machines every time. I mean, they're kind of fun, but you're not going to want to draw them all the time.
How would you get the 0 and the 1?
So the 0 is because when I put 2 into f, right? You plug 2 into f, what's your y value? You get 0. And then I plug 0 into g, and what's my y value? I get 1. So if I was showing my work, I might go, well, I know that f of 2 is equal to 0. And then I would have g of 0 is equal to 1. So g of f of 2 is equal to 1.
Would Mr. Smith, the sub, please contact the office? Mr. Smith, the sub, please contact the office?
You have a Smith sub?
No, I just think that that's Mr. Smith's, like he wants that to be his nickname. So now he's going by Mr. Smith, the sub, right? He's a big sub. I think. And he's picking up some extra swimming lessons.
In a submarine, bro.
I should have
Hey, you never know. That's why this video might be viral.
Yeah, I know. I should have paused it, but I didn't. Oh well.
What if he sees that?
But I'll just call you the sub from now on. Okay, so now g of 2. Can you see that this would equal g of, well, if I plug 2 into g, what comes out? A negative 1. So this is equal to g of negative 1. And then if I plug negative 1 into g, what would come out? A 2. And you can have composition of functions be even longer. Like, what would g of g of g of g of g of g of 2 be?
So G is 2. You're not good.
You got it?
So you get
What would g of 2 be? It's either negative 1 or 2. Do you see how it's flip-flopping, right? G of 2 gets negative 1, then g of negative 1 gets 2. And then it would be back to the negative 1, then back to 2, then back to the negative 1, then back to 2. I think I did enough. There's 2, 4, 6 of them. It's going to be back to 2 because there's an even number. And if I put another g in front, it would be minus 1. And it goes back and forth like that. This is composition of functions just using a table of values. Question for practice is number 4.